welcome back to my channel. So last week Nick and I had a few of our friends over for our very first Friendsgiving and it was really fun. So for this video I wanted to share with you guys my top 5 entertaining tips for people that don't entertain very often but want to start entertaining more, or people that get nervous about having people over or something like that video. So let's just get right into it. So my first tip number 1 is don't try to do everything on your own. So for this party we just sent out an Evite because it was kind of casual, and in the Evite we told people to bring their favorite side or their favorite dessert to share. So this is great because people get to kind of feel involved in the party situation, and it's great for me because I didn't have to cook a main dish and side dishes for 10 people. Number 2 is make things ahead of time. So I did make stuffing and I used Beth's recipe from Entertaining with Beth. I just started watching her videos and I'm obsessed. She is so cool. So anyway, I was watching her Thanksgiving menu for like newbies video. I'll link it below for you guys. And she had the stuffing recipe, and the great thing about it is that she said you could make it the day before. And for some reason I just never, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense that I wouldn't have ever thought of that, but I honestly would have never thought of making something the day before and putting it in the fridge and just heating it up the day of. I don't know, is that crazy? Like if I had to make the stuffing and the turkey and everything and do all of the table settings and everything the day of, I would have been really stressed. But because I kind of planned things out and made things ahead of time, I was just really calm the day of and felt like I had things together. So that's a great tip. Tip number 3 is it doesn't have to be fancy. So going back to our menu, I had never made a turkey before, and the thought of making a turkey really kind of made me nervous. If I went into this party thinking that I was gonna have to make a turkey, I would have made excuses so that this party didn't happen. Does that make sense? It's a horrible thing. Anyway, the way that I kind of went around that is we made it a little less formal by just having a panini bar, a turkey panini bar. So we made turkey breasts instead of the whole turkey, and it was a lot easier, and it kind of made our party a little bit more casual because I didn't have to serve people really. I didn't have to like carve the turkey, like stand up and carve the turkey in front of everyone. We just had things laid out in our kitchen. We had a panini press that we borrowed from Nick's grandparents, and I had an assortment of different cheeses and some toppings and 3 different bread choices. But yeah, I had everything laid out and people could just kind of go through the line and build their own sandwich. And then we had really yummy sides from people that brought sides. We had potatoes, we had the stuffing I made, and I made a big salad too. So it was cool because it was kind of more of a casual vibe, but it still was turkey, and you know, we had cranberry sauce and stuff, so it was still kind of Thanksgiving feeling, but it was a little different and it was really cool. Tip number 4 is keep things simple, and when I say things, I'm talking about your decor. So this time of year it's really easy to get kind of seduced by Pinterest and all the blogs that have all the really fancy table decorations and centerpieces and stuff, and those are all great and I love looking at that stuff, but for a casual dinner party like this, that isn't really necessary, you know? So for my table, I added some really great texture with these braided, natural looking placemats from IKEA, and I like them because they can be dressed up or you can keep them casual like we did. I didn't have a tablecloth or anything like that. I just had the placemats and I just used our normal plates on top of it. And I really liked them because they're kind of flat and a little bit modern. And then on top of our plates, I just used these really inexpensive IKEA dish towels. I think they're like 79 cents each, but they're great because they have this really cool little red stripe down the side of them. And so I just folded those on top of the plates, put a little sprig of rosemary on there, and a really simple little place card. For these place cards, I just used some leftover cardstock that I had on hand and cut them into little strips, and I just wrote people's names on them with a thick Sharpie. And I highly recommend using place cards even if you're having a casual kind of small party, because it does make it feel special and different than just any other night. For the centerpieces, I really wanted to keep things simple, so when I saw these little potted herb plants at Trader Joe's, I knew they would be perfect. They were only $1.99 each, and they're organic, which is cool because then I know that I'll use them in the future when I'm done using them as centerpieces. And the way that I kind of dressed them up a little bit is I wrapped the bottom of them in the little Trader Joe's Fearless flyer, which is like their little newsletter. And I love that newsletter because they have little illustrations in it that are kind of Thanksgiving themed, so it really worked for this situation. So all I did with this is cut strips of the paper, and I didn't measure anything because I'm not good at making things look precise. So I just cut the paper, folded down the top and bottom to kind of make a smooth edge. And then from there I put 3 little glue dots on the potted herb pot and kind of wrapped the paper around it. Once I got the paper all the way around, I secured it with 3 more glue dots and cut the extra paper. And I needed something to kind of cover the top of the pot that was still showing, so I just wrapped that twine around there and tied it in a little bow, and it ended up looking really cute. So we had 2 tables at our Friendsgiving, so I put 2 of the potted plants on the bigger table, and then the tiny table was pretty tiny, so I just put 1 right in the middle, and it ended up looking great. So my 5th and final tip is to just relax. Remember, as the host, you're setting the tone for the party. So if you're running around and frazzled and feeling uncomfortable, when your guests come in, that's how they're gonna feel too, and you don't want that. So just relax no matter what happens. It's gonna be fun, you'll be fine. Just enjoy yourself. So that's it. I hope this video was helpful for you guys and that you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had a Friendsgiving or if you'd want to have one. They're seriously so fun and I highly recommend having one. Thank you so much for liking these videos and subscribing to my channel. I just recently got a couple new subscribers that came over from Ashley's channel, so thank you guys for subscribing. I'm so happy to have you, and I'll see you guys next week for a brand new video. Bye!